what is the current ruling at the moment?
Current ruling at the moment is anyone who is a subject of a rape or a sexual offence has total anonymity.
Right.
But the person who's accused does not. But that is wrong, isn't it?
Well, I think personally it is.
Yes. My view, and I've said this for so many years, and I prosecute rape cases and I defend rape cases, that anyone who is accused of these sort of offences, as a matter of right, should not be having their name in front of the public unless the police go to a judge and say, oh, come on, we could have a war boys case and all the rest of it. Because whatever happens, can you imagine on set, just imagine if you were accused of something, you'd be dead. That's the end of your career. You have movie stars on set who are accused of things, who are eventually acquitted, but they're dead. That's the end of their career. That is wrong. That is not in the interests of justice.
Well, what about the reverse argument, which is that people say that when you name the person who's being accused, it can then bring others who may have had the same thing happen to them from this person, it gives them courage to step forward.
Well, that's a fair point. And that's why I say there should be a presumption that anyone who is accused of a sexual offence, not just rape, but a sexual offence, which is terrible. Yeah, it's a terrible thing to be accused of. They should have the right of anonymity.
Yeah, I couldn't say it.
I couldn't say it either. Yes, that's right. No, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. They should be anonymous. They should be anonymous. I think that's probably the best way. But if the police go to a judge and say, well, it's a war boys-like type of case, so let's bring the name forward, then the judge should decide.
But that doesn't seem fair. Because it's at the expense of the person who is not yet accused, and it's at their expense to try and see if other people come forward. If no one comes forward, you've exposed somebody, you've given them, they're going to be brutalised in the press or whatever it is, or their communities, and then it turns out they haven't done anything. But that doesn't change anything, does it?
Look, never mind MPs, never mind people in prominent life. Ordinary people will actually be destroyed, absolutely destroyed, but just by being accused of these offences. That is wrong.
Well, it gives power to somebody to make an allegation if they don't like you.
Well, they can make an allegation. Yes, of course. I see where you're coming from.
What I'm saying is it gives power to somebody to abuse that situation.
Of course.
And although we don't like to, every time you hear people go, oh, people wouldn't do that, nobody would do that. Oh. Yeah, but one person might do that, or two people will do that. Out of 100 people, maybe 10% of them would do that, which means that you have just destroyed 10% of people's lives for no apparent reason at all.
And the worst thing is it devalues those genuine people who have been raped, who come forward. That's one of the difficulties. Everyone says at the moment there's not enough convictions. Actually, there are. It's about the same. But the number of rape cases that come before the courts have gone right down. We need justice. We need fairness. You, if you'd been accused, your career would be destroyed.
Exactly. People can make
You should be no different from anyone else. And an MP, well, appalling.
It is absolutely unbelievable, really, the behaviour of our politicians these days. But, I mean, you know...
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that. Yeah. No, I wasn't saying that at all.
But he's not been accused anyway, so...
Well, he has been...
We don't know who he is yet.
We don't know who he is, but he has been accused. But just by being accused, should your name go in front of the press? Well, of course it shouldn't go in front of the press. If you're charged... No, of course not.
Well,
if you are convicted or you plead guilty, of course it should. But no more than that. Your career is destroyed, whatever you do, just by the accusation. And that is wrong.
But what about the reverse argument, though? What else is there in the reverse argument that would preclude somebody from not being exposed? Because at the moment you'll say who you're accusing. But what is the other argument? Is there more than just... Is there anything more in the argument? Because they're saying that if you say the name, then everybody, if there's any other victims, then they'll come forward. Is there any other thing that would make it a good thing to do?
That's what I was suggesting earlier. And that is that there should be a presumption that someone who's accused of a sexual offence should not possibly have their name go before the public. But if the prosecutor, with the support of the police, says this could be a war boys type of offence,
It might
more
not be
people could come forward, then let's do it. But let's let a judge do it. Let's not have the Daily Mail law report
But if the
sorting
judge
it out.
does it, then it doesn't come to the forefront, so nobody then knows.
Yes, they
this
do,
person-
because we have transparency. Of course
Yeah.
they do.
But so you actually think that I personally can't see the argument for naming the person before you've actually got a conviction or you've actually got...
Well,
proof
exactly,
you've actually done-
that's the whole
But
thing.
I'm trying to find an argument as to why, what is the reasoning? Why is it this way round? Why is it this way round then?
Because the law was changed a few years ago and I think it was totally wrong. The law was... I mean, we've got Christine
We'll
sitting
talk
over...
to her in a moment.
Well, in a minute. I mean, she was accused of the most appalling things and she should not have had her name go before the public debate. It was appalling, disgraceful and wrong.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.